reset. Sandy's on a rampage. That's going to be cleaner first than Wizards. Yeah. Oh, that's just pure damage. Here goes the ball to the closest. And the Rengar is there for the cleanup.
Yeah, gonna be the fight, ladies and gents. Keepers very gets used to the one ginamit there.
There is the arm of deception. Holy.
What is up, Summoners? Welcome back dito sa Garena LoL Collegiate League as we head into Game 2. Dito nga versus Xavier University as well as ADDU University. Pero syempre bago tayo pumasok sa bakbakan, papakilala muna kami. We're gonna be your casters, Arctic at your service fam. Syempre kasama ko si Chisto, and what a game earlier. Xavier University. You know, it's still a long way to go. This is a best of 5 final, so we'll just have to see kung matutuloy ba ng Xavier University yung momentum nila or makabawi ba ang atin.
Yeah, the Xavier University Wizards trying to build on their momentum and pick up the second win here versus ADDU. There's the rite of passage, and for ADDU, they need to reset. They need to approach with a different strategy perhaps, and probably ban Galio during the next ban phase because Galio is such a key pick for XU's victory.
Yes, indeed. And I mean, what's really interesting here is that these are two teams kasi na it's a given when you think of the or rather the Mindanao Conference, itong dalawang teams na to yung usually yung naiisip mong stronger contenders nila. So to see both teams really perform, really give us a good show, not really as surprised, pero syempre, it all comes down to the glory of winning the Mindanao Conference right here as we head into the drafting phase for ADDU University versus Xavier University.
Yeah, so instant adjustment here, already banning out the Galio, and this is a good adjustment from ADDU. And like you mentioned, these teams are the top two possibly from Mindanao, and there's no clear-cut favorite on who could win the final. But XU is up one game, and they're trying to carry that momentum into the second game, and already target banning Kitanda.
Two rounds coming out already from ADDU University. Make that two as well from XU. Rihanna Karma, Galio, Jarvan the fourth taken off the board. A lot of shields taken off for ADDU University.
Yeah, I expect XU to either ban one more champ from the support pool or target ban Kitanda's Vladimir, because Kitanda's Vladimir has been banned throughout the semis against ADDU University. He seems to be very proficient on that champion. But it is the Kled ban from Gosu. Interesting. That does leave Sejuani open if teams open that pick. Of course, Sejuani, a lot of engaged potential there, and they are hovering it right now. I wonder if they will lock it in. But with the Sejuani pickup, it does leave XU options. They can opt to go for a Janna or a Lulu, or possibly a Zaya during this next rotation. Just wait and see how it plays out.
Even with the nerfs on Sejuani, I'd still say that, you know, everybody else trying to get their bearings as to what would work as of this current patch, despite a lot of nerfs on various champions. Still very potent for the meantime. I mean, even though there are adjustments as far as the ratios on their skills, andun pa rin yung factor na as far as what Chaos Sheik could do during classes with the engaged power, Glacial Prison, Arctic Assault, all totally there. But looking at Xavier University, hover over Gragas as well as a Nar for both Veritas and Libera respectively. That's going to be the lock-in.
Yeah, it's interesting that they went for a jungler and top laner combo instead of going for more power picks such as the Gragas Janna combo, which is very potent, a lot of disengage there, you can dictate a lot of fights, but it looks like they gave priority towards top lane, giving Veritas a favorable matchup, of course. Now the Nar is in his hands and not Gosu's. So kind of a role reversal there. Second phase of bans, and ADDU not able to pick up Kitanda's Vladimir, and it is banned out by Xavier University.
In response, though, we'll just have to see what ADDU University will be feeling out for Kitanda. Kitanda, I gotta say, one of the stronger members for ADDU University from all the games that I've witnessed in the Mindanao Conference, which involves ADDU University. Always been a pleasure to see how he performs. But then again, for Xavier University, the same can be said, because for university games, I gotta say, there's a lot of names across the board that I took how well they performed in the group stage. That's as Admajoran.
Yeah, so far, ADDU needs to round out their comp with their solo laners here. So they've already drafted a strong bot lane combo in Caitlyn. High range and high disengage, a lot of safety because of her range, and of course appeal from Janna. So it'll be a hard land. But I like the response coming from Saber University with the Malzahar. They can look for these picks onto key targets. Of course, if Kitana opts to take cleanse into the mid lane, will not be able to cleanse the Malzahar ultimate because it is suppression, it locks your summoner spells. The carries of ADDU will want to take an early QSS to prevent the picks from Flash R of Malzahar.
Starting to think if this Malzahar pick, we did see this as of one of the recent Worlds games.
I believe it was Crown for Samsung Galaxy.
Yeah.
I mean, Crown bringing out those kind of weird picks in the Malzahar, Sandra, and it looked like Saber University picking up on that, wanting to try out this pick. And of course, from the previous game, they did have Liberbit on the Gragas and Ad Majorum on the Tristana as well. So they have those same picks, and I think it's a really good draft from Saber University.
So there you have it, folks, with both sides. Nakapag-lock in na ng composition sila, both ADDU University and Xavier University. Sabihin nyo sa amin sa chat kung sino ang napupusuan nyo na gusto nyong manalo at maging kampiyon ng Binero Conference. Is it gonna be ADDU or XU? Let us know, of course. But I gotta say, both teams really deserve to be here in the finals. I'm actually not surprised that these are the two teams that we're seeing here right now. So, of course, ladies and gents, as the LCL format goes, just as a quick recap here, unlike the previous format where it eventually lead to an inter-conference series, ngayon nga, for LCL, we're gonna have a total of 6 champions. So, yun na sa maglalaban sa inter-conference. Each conference winner is gonna be crowned as the rightful kings of their respective conferences.
Yeah, and like you said, you weren't surprised that these are the top 2 teams, but regardless of that, it wasn't an easy road to the final. Both teams being tested, both of their semis going to the third and decisive match. But let's not wait longer and just jump right into the game between Saber University and ADDU University. Rite of passage.
Go looking at things right now. I wonder if we could get a hover over that Azir skin, because that's one of my personal favorites. Well, then again, I think all the Azir skins
they're trolling you.
Yeah,
they zoomed in on your Malzahar. I believe you like this skin.
Yeah, that's my favorite skin. I don't really buy that many skins with my RP, but as of recent,
you're supposed to gift me skins.
I don't know, man. I don't think it's worth it. I'm kind of scared as to what you might pull out when I actually gift you. Like, if I gift you a corporate moon, or you might send it AD carry, or I don't know, man. Scary.
I've definitely done that, but it doesn't matter. Let's just jump into the game here, and I believe a lot of the junglers both junglers would want to path towards top lane, because in a Gnar versus Trundle matchup during the early levels, because Gnar is of course ranged, he'll be able to bully the Trundle. But once they get to a side lane, Trundle, I believe, is actually one of the few champions that can 1v1 the Gnar, because he does have that subjugate to deal with the Mega Gnar tankiness. And he also has that Ice Pillar to slow down the Gnar to prevent a lot of the kiting potential.
Anyways, with this start here for Kang, well, interesting enough, both junglers are going to be starting towards the bottom side of the map. So
already pathing towards that top side, but Kang is spotted out by a deep ward, I believe, placed by Monsieur AJ.
So that does give information, of course, to Xavier University as to how they can fill out their lanes and how potential enter for a gank here. But actually,
yeah, I do believe as far as the lanes go, they're gonna go fairly even, and it's up to the junglers to actually influence the matchups, because even though Caitlyn and Janna have a lot of range, even Caitlyn to attack poke the Tristana during the early levels, World Nami, he has a lot of healing for the Caitlyn, and with the Janna nerfs, Janna's probably a weaker lane than Nami at the moment.
It's very reminiscent, actually, now that you bring it up, as to, I mean, because this is a Sejuani and Gragas, and it's a given fact kasi na both these champions could potentially dictate the flow of how these lanes go whenever they go for successful ganks. It looks like both junglers going to be spotting out each other a little bit. Can
Jungle fight.
An Arctic Assault onto Liberbit. Looks like Liberbit, though, going to get a body slam out of there. But yeah, ito yung interesting kasi na I'm pretty sure all our players that are watching could relate to. Yung sinasabi nilang, for example, yung pag natatalo yung laner sa lane, tapos idadalo yung kasi ang nagdang jungle tool. Pero sometimes it's true, in a way, because there are really instances where you really need to rely on, well, not necessarily rely, but you need that
jungler to influence the lane. But like Longju Khan said, if you're a top laner and you lose your lane, blame your jungler. Nah, that's not good. Don't blame your teammates.
No. Well, you know, maybe post game, but not in game. But
No, they don't be toxic, Arctic.
I'm not being toxic. It's constructive criticism.
But anyway, there's kind of a switch up in strats from Xavier University. Of course, during the last game, Worlds was on Alistar, and buying Moby Boots early, he was very proactive, trying to really pressure the lanes, and it worked out well for them. So it's kind of interesting that they decided to switch up on their winning strategy. Maybe they didn't opt to pick the Alistar because Carly was able to secure a Janna pick, because Janna shuts down a lot of the engage, but that was the same matchup last, but Kang is going for a gank bot lane.
Indeed. World's forced to flash away though to avoid that Arctic assault. And for the meantime, looks like all is safe and done for XU's bot lane.
Is that like your favorite ability because it has Arctic in it?
It feels awkward actually.
Arctic
It's
assault.
like,
just shoutcaster
yeah,
ramming
it's like-
towards you.
exactly. That's a beautiful sight.
No, that's scary, man.
Yeah. But anyway, still looking at things, this is where things will start picking up. And looking at Monster AG, quite low on the mana spectrum here, but then again, because of that E, although still he is at level 5, the regeneration of mana not really as potent as it would be once he does hit the full 5 levels on that E. So we'll just have to see. Liberabit is within the vicinity.
I don't
though.
think he's spotted by this. There are no wards. He snuck up in the bot lane.
Ooh. Oh, looks like that's going to be the jump in coming in from ADDU. Liberabit tries to go for the flash and body slam, but still, that is first blood for Xavier University. Carly forced to retreat under turret, and that would be a great start for ADDU.
Yeah, even though Liberabit failed the body slam flash after flashing his Mastery 6 badge, Vath not even using any of his summoners, not respecting the burst coming from the Tristana.
Man.
Kind of a lack of focus there, because if you die with summoners, that's unacceptable if you're trying to win a competitive match. I mean, burn your summoners, just at least survive, deny the 400 gold from first blood, but regardless, good aggression and proactivity from Xavier University.
I'm actually wondering how Kitanda will work against Monster AG, because I've been thinking, the good thing about Azir is that you don't really need to go full on in order to get that passive down from Malzahar. Although there is a certain restraint to Azir now, because they did reduce the range as to how far he could spawn soldiers. So, I mean, still, it's an advantage when you try to want to get that passive down first before dealing some real damage, but it also... there's also that contingency wherein Kitanda couldn't really overextend when trying to take down that passive at the same time, because it does put him in a vulnerable position because of the reduced range on the spawning of soldiers.
Yeah, I do believe in this early laning phase for Azir until he gets a Stinger or possibly a Nashor's Tooth while in the laning phase. Since he doesn't have a safety of QSS or a more defensive summoner in the heal or barrier, he has to play a bit more safe, a bit more passive versus Monster AJ, because he's gonna flash R here, and this is an easy setup if they do go for it. And Cleanse does not remove Malzahar ultimate. So interesting choice of summoner spells from Kitan.
To see how this goes for him though. And for this Azir, there's been this discussion wherein, because I remember the days wherein Azir was kind of fresh out, and you know, you'd see him in a lot of games. I think this was during the Faker Easy Hoon days, wherein a skin was actually dedicated to Easy Hoon.
Yeah, Easy and one of the best Azir players. Ooh, the trap.
Ooh, ADDU quite a bit of damage there. Does jump to safety. Vath, though, still at level 5 though, so you have to take note, guys, that wala pa siyang ult actually, so still pretty good. Will be healed up by Worlds, no problem whatsoever.
And Nami can heal up the Tristana really fast, of course. Having W from Nami, it does burn a lot of the mana though, but back to what you were saying about Azir. I believe Azir as a champion, during his initial release, he was super broken. He was super strong, but he was hard to play, and I think Riot decided to work and make him a much simpler champion to play in a sense, and make it easier for players to pick it up. But it kind of made him hard to balance, because Azir is such a high skill cap champion. If your mechanics are really good, such as players of Faker, the Koreans in general, Azir is such a strong pick because you're able to dish out insane amounts of damage. But if you're a less competent player, like if you're not on that Korean level, like they say, your Azir play won't be as potent.
It's very
hard to master.
Exactly. Like opposite complete polars. Like if you're not really adept, then you won't be able to pull him off no matter what. Or if you're gifted, then it's pretty much a walk in the park for you. But with that, looking at things, junglers, again, trying to get some farm up, hoping to reach level 6. Do take note though, Kang is at level 6. Libera, but trying to get to that level 6 mark so that he could really deal a lot more impacts when going. Well, then again, both junglers in general, with their ultimates, deal a huge impact when going for ganks.
Yeah, but of course, Arctic, you mentioned mechanics in game. I do believe playing simpler champions provides you less of a window for error to make errors from misplays mechanically, and you're able to focus more on the macro sense of the game rather than worrying, will I land this certain skill shot? Whereas when I'm playing Malzahar, all I have to do is point my cursor at you and press R, and you're just CC'd for two and a half seconds or so. But I think it's a big factor when comparing these team comps, because I do believe Azir into Malzahar. Malzahar is definitely the simpler pick to play.
Indeed. And with that, Kitanda, we'll just have to see if he could really flex some muscles here and play Azir to the utmost efficiency, because like Chisto did mention, Monsieur AG running a Malzahar, definitely a little bit more easier on him, I'd say. And we'll just have to see how this mid lane goes. Veritas and Gosu gonna go for a little bit of a smackdown there, but looks like that will be a jump to safety for Veritas. For the meantime, goes back to Mininar.
It's kind of weird though. You'd think with Veritas evolving into Meganar, he'd had the advantage over Trundle, but if you're close to the Trundle, he can actually right-click you, and with the subjugated Chomp denying your stats, it's gonna be really hard to beat the Trundle in the 1v1 melee.
Ooh, Liberbit and Kong catching out each other once again. Do take note.
Glacial Person is up.
Indeed, both junglers have their ultimate though. Looks like Thunder gonna try to go in. That's gonna be the ultimate coming in from Monsieur AG. Liberbit gets the kill. Looks like Worlds as well is gonna be joining the party to try to chase down Kong here and Call of the Void, and that will be a kill for Monsieur AG. Saber University now 0-3. Check.
Yeah, great start for Saber University, and the cleanse does not remove Malzahar ultimate. It can possibly deny the body slam stun, but look how simple that was for Monsieur AG. Just walks up, presses R, and Kitana's just down. But this starts with Liberbit getting caught initially, flashes the badge, and Kang trying to show aggression here, but kind of miscommunication. Kitanda went in and Kang walked back away, and Kitanda at this point perma-CC'd, explosive cast into the wall, into the Malzahar suppression. Flash Gears just does nothing here, and they're able to pick up this following kill onto Kang after the good roam by Worlds.
That was a very crucial body slam that the Bearbit landed there as soon as Kitanda got in. That was a good chain. And Kitanda, as we see, this is the struggle when you're an Azir. And this is what they've been talking about actually, wherein there have been a lot of attempts at the end of the day. Andun pa rin yung problema in the early game, he's still quite volatile.
Definitely. Good roam by Worlds. He's already picked up early Moby boots, trying to impact the map, and he did this last game as well, and it worked out well for them. He was able to pressure the lanes, he was able to play proactively, lay down vision, prevent these ganks from happening bot lane, and I think it's a good adjustment by these teams, understanding that the Ardent Sensor Rush isn't the most optimal strategy anymore due to the changes, of course. Ardent Sensor doesn't deal as much damage in the early game, it now scales with level. And with supports being the least amount of experience gainers in the game, adaptation from the supports from ADDU and Saber University.
Well, with Saber University, definitely a great start for them. I think got first third of the game, so we'll just have to see if they could continue this momentum. I mean, from what we've seen in game one, I want to be here. And it's what I've been talking about earlier before we got into this. Whenever I think ADDU University, the immediate person I think of is Kitanda as a star player. Potentially Carly as well is notable, but looks like 3 members of Saber University gonna go in onto Vat. Vat goes at Majority. 3 members will get the knockup though. Carly looks like we'll be able to escape to safety though, but that does not prevent Saber University from breaking another turret check under their belt.
The Bearbit has been all over the map here, creating plays, laying down vision, going for these clutch ultimates to secure these kills, and the explosive cast there, I do believe it didn't land on Carly, but it was enough to zone her away from the fight. Splitting up Vath and Carly, and Vath not using a summoner. Is he lagging? I wonder. But Carly, even Janna, not able to disengage a fight with a Monsoon or even Howling Gale. Liberbit just playing this early game really good for Saber University.
Oh, steal coming in from Kang. Potentially, though, look at not even taking as much damage just yet. Might actually get the Arctic Assault out of there, but no, not enough cooldown to get that up. and he will be going down. But still, Infernal Drake gets still damage. But then again, considering where Ateneo de Davao University is at right now, 0-5, almost leaning towards a 5,000 gold, 4,000 gold deficit. Tanda forced to flash away, though Veritas does get the slow on him, though they're trying to chase him down, but no. It's like they have to defend themselves, but ADDU not quite done this yet. Will get prevented from pursuit via the Thunder Killer.
Yeah, Trundle just raises where denies any more from ADDU, and ADDU is so aggressive on this Justana. Sometimes it's beautiful to watch, but sometimes he overextends and just dies. But that time, he didn't die, he just got stuffed. But with the Infernal Drake steal, eventually when their carries get a few more items, it will be super effective given that a bonus AD and AP on hyper carries such as Caitlyn and Nazir are very effective. But after that steal, Kang did go down to ADDU, and that's already 3 kills on Tristan. And with bot lane tower being gone, after Tristan with Static Shift shoved down the minion wave, they can opt to roam differently and take down the tower. There are already 2 towers and there's a lot of map pressure potential from Xavier University, and we'll expect them to move towards that top lane and take down the tower.
Interesting enough, Kitanda already has his Nasser's Tooth now. Pero at the same time, I gotta give my props to Kitanda kasi considering usually for Malzahar, because of how fast he's able to clear through his E, like just eating up those minions and that extra Q for that extra damage to take him down faster. I'm actually pleasantly surprised that Kitanda only a wave of a difference between their CS. I would actually expect probably a lot more, but still was able to keep up with Monsieur AJ here, and looks like Worlds and ADDU working for bot side. A lot of the members take note of Ateneo.
Oh, he's caught here.
Gets the bubble, lots of damage though. ADDU and Worlds really at it though, and still looks like Kitanda will be making his way towards the bottom along
He is
with
spotted by the ward that just expired though. I wonder if they're gonna back off. They're gonna back off. They respect the roam from Kitanda having the Nash's Tooth completed.
Ooh, ADDU though smells blood in the form of Ghost, who does take a lot of damage though. Take note, Kitanda is now within the vicinity along with Kang. They have to be careful.
Good body
Glacial
block.
Prison does connect onto Worlds. Might be the sacrifice. Kitanda gets the kill. I'm forced to flash away Kang, trying to further push through, but looks like Monsieur AJ will be joining the party. It looks like that passive will be up for that turret from Azir.
I wonder if they go for a dive here. This is dangerous. They need to respect the damage from Azir's turret.
Might be going for a dive here. Monchordi getting that ultimate, and 2 members of Ateneo de Davao University get obliterated, and that may be another turret here. Meanwhile, Vat and Carly are pushing out this top lane to get a turret of their own to even out the turrets taken, but looks like that's not stopping Xavier University from getting a shove up towards bot. But no, actually, ADDU, I'm gonna go for a reach now. Veritas is there to support his AD carry in case though.
Yeah, ADDU already getting 4 kills in less than 20 minutes. There's a lot of gold onto this Tristan, and because Caitlyn lost lane, she's gonna be in this power slump for around 10 to 15 more minutes until she gets possibly an Infinity Edge Zeal item combo. So really good game played by the bot lane of Xavier University, winning even though the bot lane matchup kind of tilts in the favor of ADDU. Liberabit and his proactive plays were able to swing that towards Xavier University's advantage.
Man, I just noticed right now, ADDU 4 out of 7 of those kills actually under his belt. He's just having a ball on this Tristana right now, I gotta say. And definitely living up to my expectations for sure.
Definitely. But so right now, since Ateneo Davao is behind, they need to begin slowing the pace down because Xavier University is going to up the tempo of this, and it's up to them to try and slow them down, try to get more gold in their pockets, try to get 2 to 3 more items on their carries, and once they are comfortable enough and deep enough items and deal more damage, they can opt to look for engages with Sejuani. And for Xavier University, if they do engage, you need to watch out for the John and disengage, because if ADDU are able to attack the initial engage from X-Year stuff, it'll be hard, but Vat is caught here.
Ooh, Vat will be flash wave. That wave, actually, I would have reached him because just right where he flashed, just stopped right there, yeah.
Just the end, but with Vat chunked, I wonder if they'll opt to stay in the tower. They can go for a possible dive if they send enough members, but I think that chunk will just force them back and allow ADDU to take free reign onto this tower and take the last outer turret from Ateneo de Davao University.
Ooh, Luke Barabit gonna try to set something up. They're just waiting for that wave to push in under this turret, get things going. Gonna try to clear that out right away. Liberabit gonna be batting front lining for the bot lane duo of Xavier University. Liberabit tries to go for the body slam and taking quite a bit of damage there. So Gipper's under turret will be going down. That's the kill. They're not done just yet though. Worlds and ADDU will be able to escape under for safety though.
Yeah, but look at the mid lane pushing.
Ooh, loses out on that passive right there, but still that does not really stop Monster AJ Gosu just trying to clear out that wave for the meantime from just to avoid those turrets from getting pushed.
Yeah, I do believe Xavier University kind of overstepping there, not respecting ADDU to actually engage because since they're ahead, they expect ADDU to just back off, having ADDU this fed, but they presented an opportunity and ADDU University immediately jump on it, go for the engage with the Sejuani, and using the Monsoon as a sort of insect maneuver from Carly, really flashy play coming from the Janna, secures the kill onto Liberabit.
Yeah. What's interesting though, Xavier University with 3 kills going to ADDU University, goal difference is actually slowly closing in now. If anything, only at 1,000 from what we saw as leaning towards 4,000 to 5,000 earlier. So, with that case, Xavier University, they want to try to not allow ADDU University to get on equal ground with them. And looks like that Dragon, though, will be going to Xavier University. Second break of the game, not to mention. Looks like ADDU and Worlds making good work of this top outer turret, though. Kitanda trying to defend, and looks like mission accomplished, though. Still, that turret is down with a slither of health, so has to be careful.
Yeah, you mentioned the goal lead from Xavier University kind of diminishing there. And with that being said, the longer it goes, the less relevant the goal lead becomes. And the scaling does favor ADDU University. I mean, there's an engage though.
Yeah, Liberabit taking quite a bit of damage though. Not as tanky as he's hoping right now to try to resist all the damage coming in. Monster AG getting the ultimate to prevent Gosu from
that was a nice combo.
Carly does get the kill at the end of the day.
Man, these players flashing their badges all the time.
Carly almost potentially going down. The good response to the rest of ADDU University is within the neighborhood.
Ooh, I think the hot cancelled.
Flash though coming in from ADDU. Worlds will get decimated. Khan getting the kill, and this might be a single 5 for ADDU University. Now going to push in on this turret. This is what I've been talking about right here. The fear for Xavier University. They have to avoid these slip-ups.
Look at the Monsoon giving everyone the Ardent Sensor buff. Whew. This tower's going to go down quickly, and I think ADDU has to disengage. They don't want to overreach. They don't want to make the same mistake that XU is making. Of course, Veritas is split pushing. Now they need to get their side lanes in a position. They need to send Gosu to a side lane, push those out, possibly 1v1 Veritas, and then they need to guard the Baron because for Xavier University, Baron is a key take for them because right now, the way the game is going, momentum is in the favor of ADDU. They sort of can dictate the engages more. And during these team fights, the members of XU aren't that tanky, and the scaling is just really in the favor of ADDU. Of course, Subjugate gonna be able to take down the tank stats of the Gragas and the Gnar, and Liberabit not opting for the tankiest build option. He did go for Righteous Glory for more engage potential because look at the disengage. There's Trundle Pillar, good zone control. There's Emperor's Divide, more terrain to sort of path over, and there's a Janna. I mean, Janna's the queen of disengage. It's so difficult to engage on the. It's such a headache for teams to deal with that.
And not to mention the fact that, as you did mention, Righteous Glory was built out for Liberabit here. The question on my mind here, though, is with that item built, you kind of wonder, with how Xavier University has been kind of around this map thus far, when you have Righteous Glory, you want to try to actually stick with your team to maximize the potential of that item. When you're separated from each other and allow yourself to get caught out, you kind of defeat the purpose of having bought that item in the first place. Looks like that will be a bubble onto Kong to try to prevent any further pursuit from ADDU. Safe and sound, ADDU and Worlds.
Yeah, kind of a lot of misplays coming from Xavier University during this mid-game because the early laning phase looked great given Liberabit was proactive and able to give them leads. But once the map sort of opened up, they kind of looked a bit flustered on how to move around the map because ADDU was defending properly. They were sending the right members to match the lanes and clear the waves. So with their offense moving forward, sort of being stopped, ADDU was able to look for a window to engage. And what I think Xavier University failed to do a lot here is look for picks with the Malzahar ultimate because there is no QSS on the carries or even the support. Carly can possibly build QSS and not being able to look for those picks with Malzahar ultimate. It's just such a... There's an engage in the top lane though.
3 members come down, down he goes. Now Ad Majorum is unstoppable, 5-0 on this Tristana. It looks like finally they'll be able to siege the turret that they've been investing quite a lot of time in, I gotta say. Like, for the past, like, 5 to 10 minutes, I think, we've been seeing a lot of Ad Majorum and Worlds towards this top side, trying to push out that turret, and finally, they take it down.
Yeah, but Kitana kind of overstepping there. Why is he going in a 2v1 situation where he just can clear the wave over and over and wait for his team? He was not respecting Liberibit to be there, and he gets punished for trying to go for the flashy play.
Oh man, this might be... Again, from what I'm seeing here, both teams medyo head-to-head na. So, we're just gonna have to see... I'm waiting for that big fight here that would really define things as to who can take advantage of that full-on fight that would pull things in their favor if they decide to go for a Baron, go for sieges. Because as we head into that 30-minute mark and with things even, I'm not sure. This could go both ways for either side.
Yeah, of course, for both teams, there are certain abilities they need to watch out for before they consider going into these fights. For Savory University, they have to watch out for the Janna Monsoon because that just stops a lot. Body Slam Flash, once it's burned, once it's stuffed by the Monsoon, there's no more escape for Liberibit if he does get perma CC'd. As for Ateneo de Davao University, they need to watch for the Narbar. They need to constantly prepare the Narbar because Nar Ultimate is such a game changer in these full of 5v5s. It does get a good stun combo onto the wall.
Both sides looking each other down. Vath gets cut out. Monsieur AJ getting the suppression and the kill. This may be good for Savory University. Take note, Veritas is continuing to push for its bot side. University is a 4v4 now. The power of a zero damage.
Yeah, and that's what Savory University has to do with more aggression.
Indeed, Veritas actually now there. 5 members of Savory University are complete. Gosu starting to slowly make his way.
Yeah, I think the Scuttle Crab being up for Ateneo de Davao kind of dissuaded them from going for the Baron. And good thing there, they went for the proactive play, looking for a pick mid lane with the Malzahar. And with Vath not having Fuses, there's a fight.
Getting caught out, taking quite a bit of damage there from Gosu. Is an escape, but still Gosu in exchange in there. Kitana getting the kill onto Liberibit. The rest though, quite scattered though. Ad Majorum caught between 3 members of ADDU, and that will be the shutdown.
I think this can be Baron. They shouldn't be chasing Worlds here. He still has Flash.
Worlds does manage to flash out there. Might potentially going down. Carly gets the kill.
Yeah, 4 for 1 engage in the mid lane can potentially signal the Baron for Ateneo de Davao University. And that was such a weird fight there. Monsieur got caught by the Trundle Pillar without Flash Up. Burned the Spell Immune Shield from the Malzahar passive. And that just nets Ateneo de Davao a free Baron, and this will buff their team so much. Of course, Caitlyn will be able to siege towers really fast, and with so much safety on their side, so much disengage, I wonder how XU will respond.
Not really the best, but let's go ahead and check the replay.
Yeah, it was a pillar just messing with the pathing of Monsieur AJ, and I do believe Ad Majorum will get knocked off. Oh, he didn't get knocked off, but look at the back, look at the Tanda here. This is great Empress Divide, really putting him in the middle of the team. And with Tanda still up, he's still the DPS down the key targets of XU, and they're able to win this team fight.
And again, Savory University, I'm not quite sure what's happening with them right now. They had such a great start, but again, fighting in such a Davao University right there. Still, Kong actually gets decimated right there. Still, another mission accomplished for him, though. Was able to take the dragon again. That is a Mountain Drake.
I do believe Savory University began that dragon, and Kang was able to outsmite Liberibit again. I mean, Liberibit, you need to stop flashing your badge, man. Focus on smiting the objectives, and with Baron being on the side of Ateneo and the Mountain Drake as well, these towers and neutral objectives will fall down even faster.
And that was something that was kind of underestimated by Savory University, though. In the process of converging towards that dragon, mid lane was pushing in for them quite hard, and they threw a turret there as a result, and leaves them vulnerable. And looking at the difference right now, finally we're seeing it leaning towards Ateneo de Davao University. Overall, I'd say ADDU really playing their cards right here, but let's go ahead and talk about win conditions here, because for both sides, it's been quite even. But what particularly does Ateneo de Davao University have to look out for? What does Savory University have to look out for?
At this point, for Ateneo de Davao University, they outscale and they're already ahead at this stage in the game. I believe there's no coming back from Xavier University, but if there was a way, they need to sort of wait for a mistake from Ateneo de Davao University. Possibly a carry in Kitan Vath overstepping and they catch him out with a good explosive cast and then a Gnar ultimate or so. Or possibly catch them with Malzar, but with QSS already completed for Kitanda and Vath, need to really be on their toes, and once Malzar flat goes for them, easily cleanse out of that and then reassess the fight, reevaluate, and then go for the key targets.
It's interesting that you brought that up, both Azir and Caitlyn now having that QSS. The question on my mind is, during the time they didn't have these items, it's such a shame because we didn't see as much of Monster taking advantage of that. The card sets, it's like adding really hard on their bot turret here. They're looking for more as they push in this wave here. Inhibitor turret right there for Monster. AJ Liberbit gets knocked up though. Looks like has to be careful though. He's taking quite a bit of damage there from Kitanda. This is what I've been fearing. Ooh, turret though. Look at that wave pushing out towards top though. Veritas going for the split. Suppression though going on. And that's going to be Ad Major. Monsieur AJ actually getting the kill onto Gosu. Kang trying to balance things out. Goes way into deep. Might potentially going down. Ad Majorum gets the kill though. That manages to caliber net himself out of there in the nick of time before that bubble connects though. Kitanda as well quite low on health, dueling it out with Veritas. Emperor's Divide though
so much damage
take him away. Kitanda so much indeed. World's getting caught out and I'm sure AJ trying to run out Vath, and that is going to be Ad Majorum, the only surviving member of Xavier University. Interesting, just when you think that this was going to go in favor of Xavier University.
Yeah, you think Ateneo have overstepped there, but Xavier University, they go over, they're not able to focus down the key targets in Kitanda and Vath, and with Ad Majorum out for the rest of the fight, there's no more DPS. Caitlyn and Azir will just shred through the members of Xavier University, and it will net them the bottom inhibitor. But now I want to touch on your previous point about win conditions. I believe Xavier University's draft was meant to win during the mid-game, like during the power lows, but let's go over the replay here first. And it all starts with Monsieur AG going for the QSS less target in the Trundle, but Ad Majorum gets CC'd and zoned out for the majority of this fight, and he's not able to touch Vath. There's no DPS coming onto the key members of Ateneo de Davao University at this stage, but even with the Gnar coming in, he isn't Mega Gnar form, he's in Mini Gnar, and that's such a huge loss for them because not having the Gnar ultimate up in a key team fight could have potentially swung it in their favor. And just look at the damage from Kitana. This Azir already has 2 to 3 items complete. There's so much DPS, and like I said, if you're able to play Azir well, if you have good mechanics on the champion, then you can absolutely pop off in these team fights.
And this is what's scary right here. I've been talking about how Azir, one of the problems that he has is he's absolutely horrible somewhat in the earlier games, but it's so rewarding once you do hit that late game spike for him. And as you can see, Kitanda absolutely scary with the damage that he's dishing out in these fights.
Yeah, and so let's take a look back at what went wrong for Xavier University. There was a stage in the game where they were ahead. They had a 4-0 Tristana, and there was nothing Ateneo de Davao University could have done if they opted to group up and look for picks with the Malzar, but they played the game kind of slow. They allowed Ateneo de Davao to stall out. They gave them windows to engage on them and pick up kills, and now they're getting punished for it. Ateneo de Davao, their superior scaling is just showing here. There's no fight Xavier University that they can win in an extended trade because there's so much DPS coming from Caitlyn and Azir. We're just at that late game stage.
Ateneo de Davao University, this
Huge Gnar.
Man. That Veritas right there. Magadrum getting the kill onto that. Looks like they're going to try to go for Kitanda now. Gets shut down by Worlds. And that is going to be 3 members down from Ateneo de Davao University. Wow. Looks like Ghost are going to try to run this out though. Take note though, with all these waves pushing in for Xavier University, it's still quite limited though. But at the same time, yeah, another turret does go down.
Yeah, and that is the window that Xavier University needed to go through. They saw the opportunity for the Flash Gnar engage, and it will net them the Baron. They're able to pick up the key targets in Vath and Kitana during that fight, and good decisiveness from Veritas, noticing the window to engage. Flashes in, uses Gnar, and they pick up 3 kills, and it will net them the Baron. Possibly more here. They're chasing down Gosu and Carle.
Potentially. I don't think they'll be going for it though. take note though, there's a lot of heavy waves that they have to deal with pushing in onto their base.
Oh, they're cut off.
Oh, Carly though forced to flash away though, but they'll be going for Gosu instead. Much of a reward here. Admajorum trying to take him down, and down he goes. Admajorum gets the kill.
Yeah, and this Baron buff going to Xavier University gonna help them stall out this game here. Let's look at how the fight starts here. The flash Gnar from Veritas hitting 3 members, I believe. And at this point, Jaina can't disengage because the Gnar ultimate was already thrown. And look at the crits from Admajorum jumping in aggressively, takes down Vath at the start of the fight, and hops out of the Glacial Prison. Just beautiful dodging fancy feet from Admajorum, able to pick up key members, key targets from Ateneo de Davao University.
The unfortunate thing here for Xavier University is, with this Baron buff though, I gotta say, this does help kind of balance out them needing to deal with all these heavy waves pushing out towards mid lane as well as bot lane because of the 2 inhibitors down for them. Looks like the bot lane inhibitor just spawned, so that is a little bit of pressure relieved from them. And looks like they're going to be going mid lane real hard.
Yeah, Xavier University showing a lot of heart here. Never give up in the game. Until your Nexus falls, the game isn't over. And while I did say previously that the scaling is in the favor of Ateneo de Davao University, there are windows that XU can exploit if they do have the Mega Gnar. Like, compare the fight in the bot lane to the fight in the top lane. Veritas teleported in mini Gnar. They didn't win, they lost the fight.
Oh, so much damage onto Liberabit, though. He's trying to escape. The Glacial Prison does connect onto Veritas, though. This might be quite the fight, though. Kitanda getting the kill onto Liberabit. They are not done. Veritas might be the next casualty here. Double kill for Kitanda. Suppression onto Kong, but I don't think these are 3 very good members from Xavier University. Admajorum does get the kill onto Kong, though. You have to be careful. 3 members still with this Baron buff, though. This might be a little bit of breathing room for them, but still Ateneo de Davao University really wants in on this inhibitor turret. Gosu just chomping away, attack speed absolutely insane, along with Kitanda. Makes easy work of that inhibitor. Looks like they're going to be going for that bottom inhibitor as well. Watcher AJ trying to seek an opportunity here.
Yeah, Xavier University not going to be able to stop this push without their tank line. They need Gnar and Gragas in order to deal with all the damage coming from Azir. You need the extra CC, but it looks like they're trying to push away with Admajorum.
Ooh, look at the damage though. Admajorum really goes for it, gets the shot down. That's going to be the next casualty. Double kill for Admajorum. Gosu and Carly going to try to run away from them. Admajorum still with a mission there. Will be able to escape though, these 2 members of Ateneo de Davao University. But still, all inhibitors down for Xavier University.
Veritas is TPing bot lane.
Oh, looks like they're going to try to go for it. That's a heavy wave pushing in. And heavy death timers for both Kitanda and Vath as well. Admajorum getting the kill onto Carly. Gosu might be the next here. Also trying to get that subjugate on. I don't think that'll be worth anything onto Admajorum, though. Gets taken down. Ladies and gents, is this going to be the reverse? Xavier University pushing very, very hard at this bot lane wave. Just when I thought it's Royal Never Give Up, no, it's Xavier Never Give Up. That's happening right here. Red inhibitor has spawned in the mid lane, but I don't think that'll be matter. This may potentially be game. Kitanda 10 seconds left, as well as Vath before he spawns. Inhibitor is going to be going down. Or is Xavier University going to try to finish, though? Liberabit looks like he's going to be making his way as well. They're going to be going for it. Nexus turret number 1. Will we be seeing Nexus turret number 1 taken down? Kitanda and Vath are up and running now. Admajorum gets caught in the Glacial Prison, though. And that will be the signal for the rest of Ateneo de Davao University to go in. Liberabit going to try to balance things out. Monster AJ gets the kill. And that will be Vath as the next casualty here. They try to go back here. Kitanda going to try to do what he can. Hard defense. It is Carly now up to help out Kitanda here. Xavier University, are they going to try to push it, though? Looks like they are indeed going to try to push it even without Admajorum to deal substantial damage on this turret, though. Veritas and Monterey going to try to make heavy work. They try to go for Kitanda. Now Liberabit gets a body slam in onto Kitanda. Kitanda, though, dealing so much damage onto Liberabit. Veritas gets a jump in out. Red turret destroyed, though. Nexus being taken down by Xavier University. Veritas, they might have overstayed their welcome. Xavier University. Teleport coming in from Go, so he's going to go for the finish. Ladies and gentlemen, looks like the never give up thing. Anticlimactic indeed, but ladies and gents, Ateneo de Davao University is going to be taking game 2, ending it in a 1-1 for now.
Such an insane series of events, starting from Kitanda dashing in initially and getting the pick on them XU. They go for the greedy play, go for the end, but in the end, Admajorum taking so many turret shots and just dying kind of through the game for Xavier University. And it's a 1-1 now. It's now just the best of 3.
Man,
that was an insane ending. Absolutely great back and forth from both teams.
This is going to be quite interesting. Both sides now at 1-1. This is going to be full 5 games though, so we're just going to have to see who's going to take it. I mean, it's crazy. Just when you think Xavier University, you think they were going to make that huge comeback. Boom, they might have overstayed their welcome though, so that was unfortunate. But just goes to show how intense these Mindanao Conference games are. But for the meantime, we're going to be signing off for just a little bit for a break. We have been your caster, Sarkic, at the Serviceman with me is Chisto. This has been the Lowell Collegiate League 2017 Summer Term, powered by Lenovo. Challenge what you know. We'll be right back.
With the Malzahar and with Van
Monsieur
not
AJ
having fuses, there's a fight.
getting caught out. They're taking quite a bit of damage there from Gosu. Is an escape, but still Gosu in exchange is taking quite a bit himself. Kitanda, beautiful Sharina shuffle coming in there. Kitanda getting the kill off of Libera a bit. The rest though quite scattered though. Admajorum caught between 3 members of ADDU, and that will be the shutdown.
I think this can be Baron. They shouldn't be chasing worlds here. Still has Flash.
Veritas going for this, but suppression though going on. And that's going to be Admajorum. I'm sure AJ actually getting the kill onto Ghost, who can't trying to balance things out. Goes way into deep, might potentially be going down. Admajorum gets the kill though. That manages to caliber net himself out of there in the nick of time before that bubble connects though. Kitanda as well, quite low on health, dueling it out in Veritas. Emperor's Divide though,
So much damage.
take him away. Kitanda so much indeed. World's getting caught out, and I'm sure AJ trying to run out fast, and that is going to be Admajorum.
Huge Gnar.
Man that Veritas right there. Admajorum getting the kill onto that. Looks like they're going to try to go for it. Kitanda now gets shut down by Worlds. And that is going to be 3 members down from Ateneo de Davao University. He's trying to escape the Glacial Prison. Does connect onto Veritas though. This might be quite the fight though. Kitanda getting the kill onto Liberabit. They are not done. Veritas might be the next casualty here. Double kill for Kitanda. Suppression onto Kang, but I don't think these are 3 very vulnerable members from Xavier University. Admajorum does get the kill onto Kang though. Look at the damage though. Admajorum really goes for it. Gets the shutdown. That's going to be the next casualty. Double kill for Admajorum. Gosu and Carly going to try to run away. And that will be Vaz the next casualty here. They try to go back here. Kitanda going to try to do what he can. Hard defense. It is Carly now up to help out Kitanda here. Xavier University, are they going to try to push it? Though looks like they are indeed going to try to push it even without Admajorum to deal substantial damage on this turret though. Veritas and Monster AG going to try to make heavy work. They try to go for Kitanda now. Liberabit gets the body slam in onto Kitanda. Kitanda though dealing so much damage onto Liberabit. Veritas gets the jump in out. Red turret destroyed though. Nexus being taken down by Xavier University. Veritas, they might have overstayed their welcome. Xavier University. Teleport coming in from Goto. He's going to go for the finish. Ladies and gentlemen, looks like the never give up thing, anticlimactic. But ladies and gents, Ateneo de Davao University is going to be taking game 2, ending it in a 1-1 for now.
Such an insane series of events, starting from Kitanda dashing in initially.
Not enough Garena shells to buy the latest League of Legends skin? On sale now? Get shells anytime, anywhere with your Globe or Touch mobile number. Go to gamer.com.ph and sign up with your mobile number and enter the verification code you will receive via SMS. Log in and choose the game and pin you want. Check out to purchase the pin with your load or through your postpaid account and receive the pin on your phone instantly. Never miss a sale on your favorite League of Legends skins and champions with Gamer.